Hello there, ladies. I was just thinking maybe we could go back to my place. Seeing as how we're both horror movie icons, we could go and make one very awesome versus movie. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wants me to chew on caca? Oh man, for serious? You're not supposed to show up yet. I haven't even gotten laid. What you're supposed to do is show up in the middle or after we've had the intercourse.
Hey Rangers, welcome to Super Report Reviews. My name's Steve.
I'm Jessica.
Fail. Anyways, today I'll be going over the Kotobukiya Freddy vs. Jason horror Bishoujo's Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees. These are second edition figures arranged by Shunya Yamashita. Not much I can really say about these other than, like, I love me some Jason.
I love Freddy.
So we got them together. That, and it's pretty much for my favorite, like, horror movie ever, Freddy vs. Jason. Well, it's up there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, probably, like, my favorite in, like, the sense of, like, classical horror, or, like, not even classicer, like it's the slasher films. But my favorite's still The Thing. Yeah. This is probably a close second. But yeah, because this is like, it's a goofy movie, good times. I love both of the versions of the characters from those movies. Mm-hmm. And I was excited to be getting these in the female form. As you can see, they're already out of the packaging because couldn't wait. Just no. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, further packaging. You pretty much get the color sense of the characters. Although one thing I'm already kind of not feeling for this a little bit is for the film, Freddy was usually done like a red highlight throughout the movie. Jason was blue. While they focused a lot more on this figure in green scale, which looks fine, but not quite accurate for what you have in the film. So I kind of wish they maybe would have a little bit done more with that, and I'll kind of elaborate that in a little bit. But because it's more like, I don't know, kind of like a algae.
Yeah, that's algae looking.
Very algae looking. But you get nice illustrations of the characters on the bottom. So on the side here, you get Jason Voorhees' mask and Freddy Krueger's slash. Opposite side, just a full shot of the illustration, which still looks amazing. Mm-hmm. I want a poster of that so bad. And on the back of the package, it just shows them with each other and just kind of shows you how you can sort of display them. And on the bottom, some Lego Mumbo Jumbo. So let's go get them off the shelf. Alright, so now that we went and got them from the top shelf over there, first thing I want to point out is I forgot to bring this up in the intro, but the main reason we're doing this review because it's the 26th, so 13 plus 13, 26. Since I missed out on the Friday the 13th video, which I'm going to be putting out for Halloween. So, yeah, doing something a little different. I was going to do something super different and still going to, but I ended up making something, so we're just going to use it. But first and foremost, for both of these gals, they come with stands which are the exact same stands, which, what's kind of cool, is they're magnetized. So each of these characters have magnets on the bottom of their feet, and they just hook onto the stand.
Yeah, a new uniqueness for the two.
Yeah, it's actually pretty sweet. Without the stands, yeah, let's say Freddy ain't standing.
Freddy's not doing
Jason's not doing too bad. But for these stands, what they are is just like, looks like a blood splatter. So I kind of understand that with Freddy over here, with it being a bright red, looks pretty good with her. This, on the other hand, looks kind of like slime.
Yeah.
Green slime. So, again, I kind of wish it was blue. To go more along with Jason here, because for her top even, it's a little bit more of a blue shade.
Yeah.
So I think that would have made a little nice contrast, because the green, like, outside of what was on the box, doesn't really match the figure for me quite as well. So again, not as big of a fan of the use of the green on here, but like it works. Yeah. It does its thing. But yeah, they stay on there pretty decently, but make sure when you pick them up to still grab them by the figure, because if you grab them by the base and you lean too far over, they will tip off. Mm-hmm. And these are super fragile figures. So you really don't want to be taking any risk with them.
Yeah, I don't want to try it.
But I guess we're going to go with my least favorite of the characters and start with Freddy. And then we'll move on to Jason. But for Freddy Krueger here, It's odd to call her Freddy Krueger still. In a sense that, and I probably should grab her by the other leg because that stocking feels weird in my fingers. But yeah, for her face, very pretty, very clean. No disfigured burned victim here, which I do appreciate. That's kind of one of the reasons I don't really own Freddy Krueger figures. Like, I don't mind the movies. I actually like quite a few of them, but I really don't need like him standing on my shelf. Hockey masks are fine for me. But she does have the black fedora on the top, which has a little bit of phrase on the ends there. Looks really nice. Then you have her kind of like playfully clawing towards herself with the Freddy Krueger glove, which, again, very fragile because the blades are super thin, but look nice. Done in a metallic silver, with the glove being in a metallic black with a leather color for the rest of the glove. And then for her skin tone is pretty pale. Nothing like extravagant though. Like, I kind of wish for Jason they maybe would have made that like almost like Irish pale, but I understand. But for the most part, she just looks very healthy. Got a really nice curve line going on with her, and you can see a little bit of the bra exposed on the top section, kind of peeking out from the sweater area here, which to me doesn't really look like a sweater anymore.
No.
It looks like a long sleeve shirt, which I'm okay with.
Crop top.
Yeah, well,
crop top.
Yeah, definitely not similar to the films, but again, I appreciate it. Helps to add the overall sexiness to the figure. Got the shirt frayed away at the bottom here. Like, to me, it kind of gives her more like a redneck look. Like that Dukes of Hazzard kind of appearance to me. Yeah. Especially with those shorts. With a little gold button there and the phrase on the bottom here. To me, the shorts are a little too clean. You got Freddy vs. Jason on the back of the belt. There's not really technically a belt, but it's like the brand for the shorts here. You just got a little cut right here. But for some damage on her, she has a cut on her thigh here with 2 slashes and blood dribbling down. And then also on her shoulder here. And to me, like, she's supposed to be a blonde, but doesn't her hair look kind of green? Like a little bit?
In that camera.
Yeah, well, even like sitting here with the lighting, it's got a very green appearance to it. Like, the blonde dye has been a little bit too washed. And definitely needs to redo that. Get to the parlor. But for the rest of her leg, you got her stocking going into her high heel boots, which are really clean looking. Like, that's one thing, like, for what you see from, like, Freddy Krueger to her, she's very clean in appearance. Mm-hmm. Like, she literally just went and bought these and then went and did the photo shoot for this. Like, maybe a little bit more wear would have been appreciated there. And also, you got the fishnet stockings on the opposite side, which is actually fishnet, which is really cool. Helps to add to the overall detail. And yeah, like, overall, I don't mind it. Like, it looks great. But if I had, like, one major complaint, I kind of wish that the cuts were more like a machete. Like, I think she should have, like, one giant slash. And not look like she was, like, damaging herself.
Yeah, it kind of seems like what is happening.
Like, she has more of, like, a masochist kind of look to her. And not like her and Jason were actually, like, in a conflict. Like, even maybe just, like, a cut on the stomach here. Like, one giant cut would have been maybe pretty cool. Or even just, like, coming across the legs if you really wanted to keep the body type a little bit more clean. But, yeah. Nothing really too much else to say. Just very pretty figure. Moving on to Jason. And then for Mrs. Voorhees, you know, technically not Mrs. Voorhees. She was her own character. For JC here, you have the trademark hockey mask on the front, which actually has some claw marks going into the mask, which is really nice. Helps to give it a little bit more detail. But we also have the markings on the mask, which look pretty correct to me. And then for her face, like, she has a really pretty face. Then she's kind of looking downwards a bit, so when you have her posing next to Freddy, she's looking more at her. Which, again, kind of oddly, like grabbing Freddy real quick.
Kind of wish that they would have had Freddy look at her.
Yeah, because for the most part, she's just kind
They're
of
both looking off to the left
looking
side.
straight. Well, if you have them kind of like facing each other, it works. But I think she should have probably been looking maybe a little bit more up, especially with that angle that she's having there. Like, she's just looking like down like I'm about to mess up your day. Well, she still just looks kind of playful. But for me, like, I kind of prefer the Jason face. Like, Jason face and the overall hairdo. Like, it's definitely very anime.
Yeah, it is very.
Compared to Freddy. Well, Freddy's
Especially
a little bit more traditional. Yeah, the little cowlick on the top here.
That's very anime.
Like, it's definitely a little bit more of a butch haircut, but I really like these haircuts personally, where they're a little bit more shorter. And then you have her holding her axe, which you do actually have to attach. This was not on the packaging. So when getting that in, I really don't want to take this back out. But you kind of just slot it in between the fingers here, just kind of bend it in, but just take it nice and slow. The machete here, which actually has some blood splatters on the end, which again, kind of confused because it doesn't look like she was really using that on Freddy. But anyways, still looks really nice with the detail. You got some gunmetal and some metallic silver for a little bit of the wear for the blade. And then the handle is just a matte black. But that just kind of slides into her hand pretty easy, so that one you don't have to worry about. And she holds on to both of these items very well. Moving down to her shirt, sports bra thing. It's got a little bit of fray. I maybe would like to see it a little bit more holy. Giggity.
Of course.
Yeah, like whenever you see Jason in the movies, like his shirt's like ripped up and holy. That ain't ripped up and holy. Like, heck, the jacket's not even that ripped up.
Yeah,
it's frayed, but it's not really holy. Looks good though.
That's my main thing, is that her jacket's not quite as bad as
Like,
it should have been.
Again, to me, like, granted, yes, it is like cosplay-ish because it's not actually Freddy and Jason.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, this definitely feels like somebody that showed up to a convention. Like, this is a statue of a convention figure or convention gal. And not like actually like a horror movie appearance. Like I can't see her running around a movie axing up people. Which I think if you added a couple more holes and key positions on here, you'd be good to go. But anyways, I guess we gotta keep this PG-13. But for her stomach, has a 6-pack with some little slashes on the stomach region there. Looks very nice. I also like too how they have like the blood kind of dripping downwards towards the belt area there. And then with her pants, is definitely very lingerie looking.
I don't know what that is, but
It's like lingerie ripped up jeans.
well, it looks like what do they call it?
Like a garter belt?
No, like those cowboy long johns that slip over the pants.
Oh yeah.
It kind of looks like that, but I'm like, what does that have to do with Jason? I don't remember.
It just looks good on her. We don't worry about it.
No, it's still.
Well, I like too that like the pants like cut off into like almost a panty, and she has a way smaller short on the back than what Freddy had. Which again, I appreciate. But what's kind of odd too is she doesn't have like a Freddy vs. Jason marking like Freddy had.
Yeah,
Where on the back of the pants had like the marking for it. While looking her over, I couldn't really find a spot that said it.
No indication.
But she definitely has slightly elevated, more combat-looking boots.
They could have even done it like maybe underneath the jacket, like kind of like a label for a jacket.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like maybe the
Cool.
jacket could have, because it has like some weathering. You got the pockets
Yeah.
on the bottom here, but nope, nothing. I do like too how it kind of frays out a little bit too on the top section here. Like I was planning on making a Jason Voorhees outfit, and I have like a trench coat, like kind of making like my own version. I still might do that eventually, maybe for a convention I go to. But yeah, looks great though. And then just to show you guys the rest of the tears, you got a couple of cuts on her calf over here. And the tears for the legs are uneven, but still looks really great too. Got a little slash here on the, tear open on the knee part. And then just exposed butt on the back. But yeah, personally, like detail-wise, I think she's my favorite out of the two. But anyways, I guess we'll just go over comparisons now, because there is no articulation. They don't move. Statues. Cool. Alright. We need the other one. Go get her. So, for some quick comparisons, here we have our Freddy and Jason compared next to the only other horror Bishoujo figure I have in my collection.
Bishoujo, I love.
Whatever. The Edward Scissorhand. Why did you correct me in the intro?
Well.
Don't you have me?
They are my statues.
Well, this one's mine.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can have those two. I'm okay with that. That one's mine.
I bought them all.
Cool story. I bought Violante, but still says yours. Anyways, but yeah, here they are with Edward Scissorhands, which still looks really great. Like, I still really like the way that figure turned out, too.
Yeah, she turned out good still.
I still kind of want to get the Chucky and Tiffany. Well, mainly the Tiffany. That's what I want.
I'll probably get the Chucky, I guess. But definitely the pretty face over the scarred up face.
Oh yeah, for sure. And here they are with some more traditional statues from my collection with the X Plus Large Monster Series Gebra and the 30cm Godzilla 1975. And here they are with some Sega statues with the Godzilla vs. Evangelion Rei Ayanami, which you can't really see her face, and the Asuka Langley Suryu with Godzilla as well. And I have to kind of hold it up, but here they are with some of my other Jason collectibles with the NECA, dog stop barking, the Friday the 13th Part 3 mask, and the Ultimate Jason from Part 4. So overall with the Kotobukiya Freddy vs. Jason statues, I really like these. Yeah. They maybe could have been a little bit more scary-ish, but I feel like that wouldn't be the reason why you'd want to buy these anyways. Like, you want a sexy Freddy and Jason figure, and I think they deliver very nicely.
Yeah.
Personally, I still like the Jason the most, and I'm trying not to be biased, because I just like Jason as a character better. But, I don't know, I just like the appearance of her. Like, I really like the face sculpt. I personally don't really mind her being a little muscular. But
that's Jason for
you.
you.
Yeah, it's kind of just Jason for you. But she's tall. I think just everything about her I enjoy. Never was a big blonde person.
I still love my Freddy, and I do like the... You know, I almost forgot that was actually a real stocking. Honestly, that's a nice touch. And I do like the little logo which I still wish was on Jason, but...
Yeah, it's kind of a missed opportunity, but what you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
But what do you guys think? Have you guys picked up these figures? What other characters would you like to see turn into the opposite sex? Or is the original just more your thing? Please let us know in the comments. Look closer picture of these gals on our Facebook. If you want to click the link description below. We also have a Patreon account with exclusive prints on the channel, also down in the description. And help us to beat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a region today, and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.